Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Okay, we're back on this first Saturday in March, and I know we've been talking a lot of TWRA, and now it's he snuck in one. Do you have anything really wise to tell our audience this morning, Gene Smith?
Yes. You never talk bad about a person until you walk a mile in their shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get a mile away, you can say anything you want to.
There you go.
Hey, we're going to talk philosophy at breakfast.
Yeah, you're going to have to talk that.
I'm still laughing about that last one.
We're going to talk philosophy.
Greg is in there still trying to determine on the last one. He
liked
that
other bass one was
that bass one was a real good one. The squirrel, So
have your historical trivia tidbit.
Yeah.
Today. Right now, 1st of March.
Yeah.
The first week of March.
Do you have
the 6th of March, in the wee hours of the 6th of March.
Yeah.
There's a significant thing in history. Not in Tennessee. Well, kind of in Tennessee history.
Kind of Tennessee history.
Ties to Tennessee history.
Ties to Tennessee history.
As they say, that was the end of the 13 days of glory at the Alamo.
Oh, okay.
The wee hours of March the 6th.
Okay.
Is when Crockett, cashed it in.
All right, well, I want you to remember that, folks, because later on you might win a prize.
that might be a Final Jeopardy question one of these days.
Hey, we got to talk trees here. I'm big on trees. And
can't see the forest for him sometimes.
Well, that's true. And this man is he's more than big on trees. He's a tree man. And that's our good friend Lad Roberts from.
He's in a business that every dog dreams about.
That's right. Oh yeah. There you go, Lad. You got a new motto there.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Lad Roberts, our good friend with the Mid-South Tree Farm. Always enjoyed talking to Lad and also seeing him at the shows. He was at the boat show with me, and you been in business how long, Lad?
Larry, we've been in business since '89.
Since '89, and Lad, when he was growing up, all he wanted to do was climb trees. He just knew that he would be a tree person, right? So
that pretty much.
Tell our listeners how you got into this business. I'd like to know. I mean, how do you become a tree farmer?
Well, I grew up on a farm, Larry, but I didn't want to farm, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but anyway,
Dave Gabber's shaking his head. I hear it.
Yeah, I got into a business that was kind of related to it. My dad kept on me, why don't you grow some bushes or trees?
Uh-huh.
So I started out with 2 acres and got, different species and kind of got my rotation going. And you know how one thing leads to another. And we got about 60 acres of trees now.
So, how many varieties of trees do you think you have?
About 35 different varieties.
Wow.
And we're always trying something new. So
yeah.
We got new, species coming on.
All the time. And I wanted to ask you this. One reason I wanted Lad on, because this crazy weather we've had, Lad, with hardly any winter and trees blooming out now that earliest I've ever seen them. What's your take on this?
It's really strange. We're still in March, and we could still get a hard freeze up till, I think, around April 15th, they say. And I've seen it happen before, especially some of your flowering type trees.
Yes.
Could get hit pretty hard.
Well, that's what we were talking about. We're getting the Bartlett pears, and we're getting some red. What was you saying? Red buds. No dogwoods yet. So, as a hunter and a turkey hunter, I've always loved the first part of the season because you don't have to worry about as many bugs. But I think this is going to be a buggy spring, and
you may be right. We may have to get the off and the bug spray this year.
What's the most popular tree that you sell more of than anything?
Well, I'm partial to oaks, Larry. We grow about 10 different kind of oaks. I just love an oak tree, and but we, different strokes for different folks. We've got a lot of we got cypress, sycamore, red maple. We have Japanese flowering cherry, a lot of different pretty type stuff too.
Can you I've always heard plant the trees in the fall. What's is that the main time, or can you plant a tree anytime?
You can basically plant a tree anytime. It's better when they're dormant, and we always dig them when they're dormant, and we hold a lot of trees and keep them under sprinklers. But with our winters getting so mild nowadays, right now is a good time.
Well, let's say Lad is going to give away what now? What kind of oak tree we got here?
We got a nut-all oak, which is a southern red oak. It's a fast grower, shows good fall color, and just a good native tree. And it's
about 6 feet tall.
Right.
I think you said. Now, of course, I've told everybody how dumb I was earlier when you said it was a 2-inch tree. That I thought that's how tall it was, not the diameter. So I said, we can just mail that, So put it in an envelope and send it in, But Lad has agreed to give away a 6-foot red oak. Is that right? Tree. And we're going to take 274-7979. If you would like to have a new tree, 274-7979. We're going to let the lights kind of blink up here. This is a real nice prize, I can tell you, folks. And they're lighting up, Lad. And we're going to let Greg, how about caller 4 there, okay? Caller 4 is going to get that. All right, all the other ones can hang up because he's got caller 4. Every light lit up. That kind of lets you know, because we are a tree society, aren't we, Lad?
We are. The horticulture, green industry is really, it's popular.
And in particular, our area, I know that when I went out west a couple of years ago, it was hard to get firewood. Simply because there weren't no trees. They were shipping them in. I
thought you was picking up in buffalo chips.
No. Well, I probably could have, but golly, a cord of wood out there? Whew, give me a break on that and everything. So, so how are they going to pick up this tree? What are we going to do getting it to them?
Just tell them to call me, Larry, and we'll arrange pickup for them, and we'll get them a nice tree.
Okay. All right. So hear that out there. We got a winner, Greg? I got a winner. Didn't take very long and everything to do that. And, Lad, I know that the size of a tree, is this a basic 6 foot? Is that what you usually people will ask for? I mean, I know I'm not going to come out there and ask for a 40-foot tree. So what's a basic tree when somebody will come see you and and they can come look at things, can't they? I mean, don't you have a?
Oh yeah, we can walk around the field, tell them bring their mud boots, but we've got plenty of trees to look at.
And you're located where?
We're open all day today.
And where? Where are you located at?
We are located at Halls, Tennessee, about a quarter of a mile off of 51 Highway. Right on the west side.
Yeah, see there, Dave Gabbert, they're right there by the Taj Mahal.
Yeah. They're on the other side.
They're on the
other side of the highway, and we're on, the other side of Halls. So.
The world famous duck blind called the Taj Mahal is very close to you. So out of Halls, Tennessee, and again now, so seasonal wise, when is now? You say now is still a good time to purchase that tree?
Oh yeah, now's a perfect time. They're still all the oaks are still dormant, and it's a good time.
And the oak, which is your favorite of the oaks?
I've always liked the white oaks. Of course, the red oaks grow a little faster, but there's just something about a big old pretty white oak.
I've got a water oak. I think that's what it's called. You ever heard of that tree?
Oh yeah. We have water oak. They're a native tree, and they grow fairly quick for an oak.
Well, I supposedly have the biggest one in Germantown in my yard, and I don't know how long that thing has been in my yard. I would like the old days. You could tell a tree's age. Yet when you see the circles, you had to cut it down to know. And everybody said, "Well, let's count the rings and everything." How do you age a tree?
you can pretty much just guesstimate. The Division of Forestry, they've got arborists that can come and see if you do have a champion, and they can. There's a state champion for every species,
really?
Within the state.
So I just call the state forestry office. I'd like to know.
He may be in a record book.
I mean, it's. They've told me this, because it's in front of my house it's huge, and I keep having to trim it back. It gets a haircut now, and the haircuts have gotten more expensive. I can tell you that to trim it off. And that's another thing I want to ask you about trimming trees. You're the tree man and everything else. Is there any detrimental facet to when you start trimming a tree? Do you have to watch for certain parts of the tree, or can you tell when a tree might be dying and things like that?
Yeah, it's quite a science to it. There's a lot of good tree arborist cutting companies in the Memphis area. Make sure you find one that's licensed and insured and have arborists on staff. But yeah, there's quite a science to the health of trees. Because
I don't know how old this tree is in my yard, but it's very old, and I know pine. Of course, a lot of farmers and deer hunters have made their money so they can build a cabin by cutting down their trees. And I hate to see a tree go, but that's the status of. Dave, you live in. There's trees all over your place. Mostly what? What do you have around you?
I have a mixture of pines, hardwoods, softwoods. Mainly the softwoods that I have mixed in a lot of sycamores and stuff like that. But what probably to me they're great shade trees, but I don't know why they would be a sweet gum.
Yeah, I don't know why the good Lord ever created the gumball.
Yeah. I got a black gum tree, and it turns red in the fall.
It does.
It doesn't have the balls on it, the black gum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, I just wonder if you need some gum trees, lad, I can get them to you real quick. So I don't know if there's much demand for gum trees.
I don't put our listeners out there, with lad. People don't think of, should you fertilize your trees?
Yes, we do. We fertilize them especially when they're younger, and fertilization is really a good thing for trees. And the deep root fertilization, where you can inject it right down to the roots where it needs to go, is really good for a tree.
Well, I never thought about that.
Pecan trees are always hard to manage too.
Yeah, and I don't see as many pecan trees around here as I used to.
Yeah, my sister got 6 in her yard.
6 in her yard. Wow. Well, you don't see as many pecan. Do you sell pecan trees too?
No, we don't, Larry. Those are hard to transplant. They are. As far as bald and burlap, they need to be planted bare root. There's
really?
A lot of good pecan nurseries in the Alabama area.
Yeah,
and there's some new varieties that will produce fairly quick now.
Well, you have to stay on top of it, right, Len? I mean, you guys you probably got a tree growing society or something like that. There's information you guys swap back and forth too, don't you?
Oh, it's more information than you can shake a stick at. It's a lot out there.
Well, that's no pun intended, or a second tree at, But again, well, Lad, thank you, buddy, and we have got the information here from the person that won it. Always good to talk to you, and always learn something. We are really blessed to be where we are. I always tell everybody we're blessed because we got all these lakes to fish and places to hunt, but we're a city of trees. It's always been that way. And you can go to other places, and they'll come here, and I've had people fly in, or friends.
Look at all the trees.
Look at all the trees. Yeah. And
but believe it or not, I knew a couple that out of North Dakota came south on vacation, and the man had to turn around and leave. He got claustrophobic because of the trees.
Because of the trees.
Because of the trees.
Well, he should have gone out to see Lad Roberts. That's for sure. Hey, Lad, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll stay in touch. All right. Be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray. We're going to talk wild game dinners. This is it. This is the time. Wild game dinners in the Mid-South.
Hey there,